What's up, legends? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into gaming history. Have you ever wondered, what makes a game so revolutionary that it literally creates an entire genre? Today, we're exploring the 10 games that didn't just succeed, they redefined everything. From the first fighter game that made us memorize button combos, to the horror games that still give us nightmares, these titles changed gaming forever. So, grab your favorite snacks, settle in, and let's uncover the history of gaming itself. Coming in at number 10, Street Fighter, the absolute godfather of fighting games. Picture this, 1987, arcades everywhere, and suddenly, bam! A game where precise inputs created devastating special moves. That first successful Hadouken wasn't just satisfying, it was revolutionary. But here's what blows my mind about Street Fighter. It didn't just give us Ryu and Chun-Li, it created an entire competitive ecosystem. Frame data, combo systems, psychological warfare. This is where it all started. Every modern fighter game, from Tekken to Mortal Kombat, they're all speaking the language that Street Fighter invented. That's not influence, that's genesis.
Now you understand. Don't underestimate me.
At number 9, we enter the punishing world of Dark Souls, the game that created the entire Souls-like phenomenon. Dark Souls asked a dangerous question. What if dying wasn't failure, but education? Every death became a teacher. Every victory felt earned. Blood, sweat, and countless "you died" screens. Here's the genius part. Dark Souls proved gamers were hungry for real challenge when it was fair. The interconnected world design, the environmental storytelling, every enemy placement felt like poetry. Now we have dozens of Souls-like games, and they all trace their lineage back to this masterpiece. Dark Souls showed us that role-playing games could be brutally beautiful. Number 8 transports us to Skyrim, the game that redefined what role-playing games could become. 13 years later, and people are still discovering new secrets. Why? Because Skyrim didn't just build a world, it crafted infinite possibilities. Want to be a sneaky archer? Perfect. A cheese-collecting wanderer? The game celebrates your weirdness. The brilliance of Skyrim lies in its accessibility. No intimidating character sheets or overwhelming mechanics, just pure freedom to become whoever you want. And let's be honest, Todd Howard's "It Just Works" became a meme, but Skyrim did work. It worked so magnificently that it defined open-world role-playing games for an entire generation. Jumping into number 7, Super Mario Bros., the game that literally saved the video game industry. 1985, gaming was in crisis. Then Nintendo drops this masterpiece, and suddenly the world remembers why games are magical. Those responsive controls, that flawless momentum, every jump felt like art. But Mario didn't just create platform games. It established gaming's universal language. On enemies, collect power-ups, discover secrets hidden in plain sight. Every platformer since, Sonic, Celeste, Hollow Knight, they're all speaking Mario's language. That's not just influence, that's creating the foundation of gaming. At number 6, we descend into hell with Doom, the game that invented the first-person shooter genre. 1993 changed everything. Suddenly, you weren't watching a character fight, you were fighting. That first-person perspective made every demon encounter visceral and personal. Here's Doom's genius. It proved first-person shooters could be pure art. The level design rewarded exploration. Each weapon had personality, and that soundtrack, it made you feel unstoppable. Every FPS from Quake to Call of Duty owes its existence to this creative genre. It created an experience. Cruising into number 5, Grand Theft Auto, the series that taught us what true gaming freedom looks like. Before GTA, games had levels. After GTA, they had living worlds. Want to follow missions? Great. Want to cause beautiful chaos? Also perfect. Just cruise around listening to radio? The game respects your choice. GTA's revolution was making open-world design feel natural. Cities breathed with life. NPCs lived their lives. Every street corner told stories. Every radio station had personality. Every modern open-world game, Red Dead, Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs, they're all following GTA's blueprint. Sometimes genius means breaking every rule in the book.
I'm the one who survived.
At number 4, we walk through the fog-shrouded nightmare of Silent Hill, the game that revolutionized horror games forever. While other horror games relied on cheap jump scares, Silent Hill crawled directly into your psyche. That radio static, the suffocating fog. It wasn't just scary, it was personal. Here's Silent Hill's masterstroke. It made horror psychological. It's not about what you see, it's about what you don't see. Your imagination becomes your greatest enemy. Games like PT and Layers of Fear still follow Silent Hill's formula. The most terrifying horror games are the ones that haunt your dreams long after you've stopped playing. Grinding into number 3, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the game that made sports video games absolutely legendary. Before Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, sports games were about simulation. After Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, they were motion. That soundtrack, Goldfinger, Dead Kennedys, this wasn't just a game, it was a cultural movement. Here's the magic. Tony Hawk made extreme sports accessible. Can't kickflip in real life? No problem. In the game, you're pulling off impossible combos like a superhero. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater proved sports games don't need realism to be incredible. Sometimes the best sports games let you transcend human limitations. Rising from ancient shadows at number 2, Castlevania, the game that birthed the beloved Metroidvania subgenre. Symphony of the Night asked a brilliant question. What if backtracking was fun? Suddenly, games weren't about linear progression. They were about exploration and discovery. That moment when you gain a new ability and realize you can access previously unreachable areas? Pure gaming poetry. Castlevania transformed the castle into a massive, interconnected puzzle. Every indie darling today, Hollow Knight, Axiom Verge, they're all descendants of this masterpiece. Taking the checkered flag at number 1, Need for Speed, the franchise that gave racing games their rebellious soul. NFS didn't just let you drive fast cars, it made you feel like a street racing legend. The Underground series, those heart-stopping police chases, every race felt cinematic. What separates NFS from other racing games is not the perfect lap times. It's about that adrenaline rush when you're escaping cops at 200 miles per hour. Need for Speed proved racing games could be rebellious, stylish, and pure adrenaline. Every arcade racer magic. And there you have it, the 10 games that literally created entire genres. From fighter games to horror games, from survival concepts to epic role-playing adventures. What amazes me is these titles didn't just influence gaming, they defined it. Each took massive risks, innovated fearlessly, and changed everything forever. So what do you think? Did we miss any genre-defining legends? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if this journey through gaming history entertained you, and subscribe for more deep dives into gaming culture. Until next time, keep exploring new worlds, and remember, every legendary franchise started with one revolutionary idea that changed everything. Peace out, gamers.